wanted to talk a little bit about how I feel about when people talk about me, especially people like Roy. I get a little bit flustered, maybe a little bit sometimes. I don't know. I don't want to say that. Can we start over? I don't want to say that. Is that true? Might be. I don't know. The sound of my voice might be telling you something, but it might not be true. Because what is the sound of my voice? What's it trying to tell you? If you study body language and stuff, what does it tell you? What is Roy talking about? In the Super Oatmeal World Discord server today, everyone's talking about it. And what's that noise? Is that the noise of the noise of this stuff that I put in this container? Man, what's inside the container? What's inside my life? One of the things Roy said was that I put out low effort content, and that it's ironic that I might talk about high effort even though I put out low effort. And that might be true. It might be true sometimes, but not all the time. So it's like, is it true? Is it not true? It's like, I don't know. But since when is low effort a crime? But did I say if that noise is annoying me, should I pull over and stop it? I don't know if you can hear that noise. I can hear it. But I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but I'm gonna wait for this fire truck to go by. Probably gotta put out fires. You know, I gotta put out fires too, right? In my own life, right? All goddamn oatmeal fake news. I gotta put out that. I don't know if you can really hear me that well. I don't know what but it's like sometimes I feel like it just can't be heard, and that's why I might do some of the stuff that I do, some of the stuff that I do allegedly, but not all the stuff, because like, what do I do? What do I do? Do you know what I do? Even I don't know what I do. Sometimes I don't even know what I do. But it's like, man, what was the other thing that he said? What did he say? I'm trying to remember, but it's like, I wanted to talk about it because I did talk about it a little bit today, but not really. I did a little bit of a rant, and I copy and pasted what he wrote on Discord, and I talked about it a little bit, but I didn't really talk about it. I didn't go that deep. I just made a generalized outline again, like I did before. And I said the usual stuff that I say. And I do that. And some of y'all be like, man, that Oatmeal guy, broken record. Man, he's the biggest broken record ever. And to that, I say that might be true. And maybe I gotta stop it. But I still want to do it. Is that a crime? I still want to try to be heard, even if I have nothing to say. Even though I might have something to say, but I think I have something to say. And even when I rant like this, man, it's like, am I saying anything? I think I am. But it's like, feel a little bit flustered as I'm driving down this road, trying to go do some stuff, organize some stuff, help somebody. I'm not going to say why. I'm not going to talk about the things that we're talking about, the things that we're doing, the things that are like, get somebody trying to apply for, you know, like, and maybe I'm thinking about it too, because, you know, like, I have two sets of ancestors who passed by, lived there for a little bit in Canada, and we're not going to talk about that right now, because I mean, we could maybe another time, but I just wanted to talk about a lot of nothing today. I don't think it's nothing, but you might think it's nothing. And I wanted to rant about it, think out loud. I don't know if this benefits anybody. I wanna believe that it does. Maybe not directly, and that might be one of the problems, because I'm thinking out loud at the moment, trying to get my words out at the moment, and I'm trying to think out loud while I'm driving this hands-free, by the way. Hands-free, but seriously, brain-free too. Brain-free. I don't know if people can understand me, and that's why I try to repeat. Especially on TikTok, I try to repeat myself and try to rant, and I want to circle back, and I want to do the weave like Trump. I want to weave a little bit like Trump, and I want people to know what I am. I'm not just a rump of a Trump man. And what do I want to say? I was reading what Roy wrote, and then Ian wrote back, and I don't know what exactly Ian's trying to say. I mean, I think I know, but sometimes I wonder. But I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's simple. He's like, okay, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, Roy, and but I think maybe he wasn't being ironic. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe Oatmeal wasn't being ironic. You know, like maybe he's just like talking about life in general. And the truth is, I am. I mean, I am. I don't know. I am a little bit. Kind of, sort of, a little bit of both. Hard to say. I mean, I say stuff. Do I know why I say stuff? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's a lot of stuff. But I can tell you a little bit about what I wrote already from the top of my head if I can remember what I wrote. I mean, I've wrote it before. I said it before. What did I say? I copy and pasted what they were talking about. I thought I wanted to do it. I wanted to copy what Roy wrote today. A little bit interesting that he wrote it. A little bit. So I wanted to do it. So I did it. But I put a little statement out right before. I put in my little big paragraph, disclaimer, whatever it is, going over my entire life a little bit, saying this stuff that I usually say. I don't want to bore you with what I said, but then again, let me bore you with it. I wanna tell you that I wanna say it. I want people to know, for some reason, I want people to know that I was born in 1985. Man, did you know that? In the year 1985, I was born in 1985 in Oregon. Did you know that? And then I've been online since probably 1995. I've been online since at least 1995. Maybe longer, but especially since 95 or 97. Who knows? Who's counting? Who cares? I care. I care, apparently. I care sounds like the name of a website, but I mean, I do care. I do. Is that a crime? I do care. And I want to tell you. What's the next thing that I usually say? Huh? Turn around this corner. This should be coming around the corner once it comes. This should probably be a live stream. The reason why this is not a live stream, is just a recording at the moment, is because sometimes the words get cut out. If I go offline a little bit, sometimes accidentally, if there's no internet or whatever, that could be a problem. Then all the words don't come out. That's how I feel sometimes when I'm talking, when I'm writing, or whatever, online and offline. I feel like all the words aren't there. Might be my fault sometimes. Might be mispronunciation, misspeaking. It could be a number of things that I've already talked about before. Man, oh man. Gotta open this window up a little bit. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Go right in here. Right into this place. video? A 10-minute video, eh? Huh. We have arrived. Okay, do I continue? Oh, I should have brought my tripod. Do I continue talking about this? Do I continue this video? For what it's worth, I'm gonna say yes and no. I should probably continue and not continue. I'm stuck in a bind, stuck in this limbo right now at the moment. I feel a little bit paradoxical. There's that word again, paradox and ironic, which is what Roy was talking about today. I like to talk, and there are videos that are many hours long, as you might know. Not that you should, but there might be some alleged goddamn oatmeal experts out there online. Ooh, might be. There might be a few. There might be. Allegedly, there might be a few. And one of my points, if I ever have any points, I try to make points, but a lot of times the points don't point. They're pointless, but they're not pointless. They're not pointless, but they're pointless, but they're not pointless. It's just I forgot the point. I mean, I didn't forget. It's there somewhere. It's there somewhere. I'm trying to get it out, but it doesn't come out. I'm trying to get the words out, but it doesn't come out. That's why my face just freaks out. When I'm trying to get the words out of my face freaks out because I'm trying to over-pronunciate to compensate for all the failures that I've done. And I've said before, and I'll say it again. I'm not perfect. Not perfect and stuff. But some of y'all be like, man, that guy think he perfect and stuff. I didn't say that. The guy thinks he's all that. I didn't say that. This guy Oatmeal Joey, I don't know, he thinks this, he thinks that, he does this, he does that, he says this, he says that, blah blah blah, 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 blah blah. Oatmeal Joey Arnold says this. Oatmeal Joey Arnold says this. Blah 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 blah. Oatmeal Joey Arnold says this and this and this and does this and this and this and this. Some of y'all say that. Some of the people have been saying that all my life. Maybe not all my life, but a really long time, for decades. You know, I'm 41 years old. I'm 41 years old right now. 19. What year is it? 19. What year is it? 19. Wait, it's not the 1900s anymore. Am I living in the past? Stuck in the past? Can't get out of the past? I gotta work on it. Work on a lot of things. Parking brake. That's good to have. Gotta break yourself. No, I don't want to break myself. No. Because it's the current year is 2026. August 14th. The death of my grandpa. Is that right? 1953, August 14. No, what? 1953, right? Yeah. Apparently, my father, he's still alive in Oregon. Man, my grandpa, my paternal father, paternal. So it goes way back, but without ranting over my ancestors and everything, which I do sometimes. I just want to say that I like going over my entire life, even though I've already done it before. I'm gonna do it again and again and again and again. I try to say, man, I gotta stop doing that. I don't know if I should or shouldn't stop. I got a lot of mixed feelings about it. Which I talk about sometimes, and I got more to say about that. But like, what I was writing on my blog today, as I was commentating on what Roy wrote on Discord, I said the usual stuff. Born in 85, online since like 95, and I got all this stuff, like millions of things online. These past like 30 years, 31 years, I don't know how many years, many decades of stuff. Literally millions of things if you add up all the stuff. Comments, photos, videos, emails, each item, if you add it all up, it's, I mean, if you got to think about each website, each app. Now, how many websites am I on? Do you know? Is it hundreds? Is it thousands? And each thing could have, like, each website, if you think about it, like 30 years of stuff. Like, if I'm posting like many things every day, and how many days have I been online? Like thousands of days. If you think about it, thousands of days, and I'm posting thousands of things. What's 1,000 times 1,000? It's 1,000,000. So it's not hard to say, man, if I've been online for like how many thousands of days, posting thousands of things every day, the math is there. It's very simple. Some people, y'all don't know, you don't care, whatever, but it's true. It's very simple math. Very simple math. That's why I say 1,000,000. But some people are like, that can't be true. I mean, obviously, to be fair, for the record, for the history books, not a lot of people are watching right now. Not a lot of people are watching, so there's no reason for me to explain. Which is why some people are like, this oatmeal guy is a low cow. This oatmeal guy is a low cow. He's just a low cow and stuff. Which, to be fair, for the record, I am and I'm not. I am and I'm not. It's a long story, but we're not going to go over that right now, except to say that there's a lot of goddamn oatmeal fake news out there that's been going on since at least 2009 or longer. I got over 30,000 videos as of 2024, something like that. Because I started making videos back in 1996. Right before my 11th birthday. Who's we? We started making videos. Who's we? You know, we, family, friends, in the goddamn ghetto in Forest Grove, in the trailer park, the Rose Grove Mobile Home Park. But we're not going to talk about that. The not really alleged. What am I doing? What am I doing? Alleged, not alleged. Alleged, not alleged. What's it called again? Arnold Addict Films. I didn't really have to think, but I kind of pretended. I kind of joked. I'm joking. I'm not joking. Sometimes I joke. Especially when I'm writing. Especially, not only, but especially when I'm writing. Like, sometimes I might be, I might be doing things and I might not tell you, and then people are like, run with it, whether they know it or not. They might run with it, even though, you know, sometimes I might be being, you know, a lot of different things, a combination of things like sarcastic, hyperbolic, a little bit of a parody, a little bit of a character, playing devil's advocate, this thing, that thing, other thing, many different things. And then like people run off with it. Like I said earlier, like people are saying, Oatmeal said this, Oatmeal said that, Oatmeal did this, Oatmeal did that. And I try to say, I'm not saying that I say, I try to say, sometimes, I try to say stuff. I try to say, hey man, let me tell you my side of the story. A lot of times people don't want to hear, and they're like, I think I already know your side of the story. I think I already know. But really they don't. But they think they do, but they don't. They think they do, but they really don't. They think they do, but they really. Now, I don't know if anybody's watching this. I wanted to put this out today. What day is it? It is. I mean, it is the 14th. I knew that. 1:15 p.m. Pacific time. Me, Oatmeal, Joey out of the store doing it. Okay, 1:15 Friday, the 14th of August, 2026. Me writing stuff online forever. I'm making this video, saying a few things that I've said before, and some of this might be new. Might be. And I'm thinking out loud right now, even though I probably shouldn't, but I should, but I shouldn't, but I should, but I should, and I shouldn't. Both statements are true, believe it or not. I believe they are. I don't know what you think. Rum. Alright, man. Look, obviously, obviously, is it obvious that there's a highway near us? What did I want to say? want to say that there's a lot of fake news out there about me and about you, probably. I mean, it's normal, but it's like that's one of the things that I wanted to try to tackle. Right now, I feel like I want to start ranting about my entire life and try to go deeper and talk about why I do what I do or what I did, or because there's a lot of disinformation, misinformation. You know what I'm saying? Am I mumbling right now? A lot of stuff out there about me and about you, about people in general, and it's important to me to get to the bottom of it, and I try to admit that I'm very bad at everything. I was gonna say many things, but then again, I don't know. What am I good at? I mean, I think I'm good at a few things, but one of the things I wonder is when somebody like Roy is talking about me in a Discord server that nobody goes to except for maybe like 2 people, something like that, very small number. What's the point? I guess people like to do it, but somebody like Roy has the ability to influence a lot of people, I think, but for some reason he doesn't do it, and that's unfortunate. But I guess I shouldn't really care because that's the life that he chooses. That's the life that he has, and he probably says the same. I mean, I'm pretty sure he does say the same thing about me. And is this like the interesting dichotomy? Is that the word I want to use? Dichotomy. It's an interesting thing to see the back and forth between me and Roy, or me and Ian, or me and Flopper, Maya, or me and a number of people. I don't want to talk a lot about that right now. I probably should do it at another time when I'm not working on things. You know, I'm in this car, I'm gonna go out there and I'm going into that going to a store, you know, we're going sorting through things and helping out family, and then do a number of things that, you know, it's like that I already talk about, but I'm not gonna really talk about it right now. That what I'm doing right now, I have already talked about it. Now we'll talk about it, but right now I don't want to talk about it. But I've said a lot of things, done a lot of things, but then you got oatmeal experts who will try to tell you about me. And a lot of people won't take the time to hear from me my side of the story, which is unfortunate, but that's what people do. Some people don't. And to be clear, I don't make it easy. I didn't make it easy. I'm trying to make it easy, but I haven't really made it easy. Sometimes I try. Sometimes I try to be clear, to be simple, and stuff. You know, a lot of things, but over the years, I'm not always clear and stuff. Whether on purpose or accidental or whatever, any combination of things. I know, like, whether you know it or not, I know where I am in my life. It's interesting, because one of the things that Roy wrote was something about how Roy thinks that I think that I am somebody or something. I forget the exact words, what Roy wrote about me today on Discord was something about how he thinks that I think I'm somebody. He used a few different words about me thinking I'm like a political commentator and a historian. Ian said historian, and a number of things, because over the years I've said stuff like, "Oh, look at me! I'm a political analysis." Analysis? Wait, what's the word? Hold on. I'm saying it wrong. I know I'm saying it wrong. What am I gonna do about it? Let me use a different word. Political commentator, commentator. And doctor, pastor, historian, nerd stuck in the body of an athlete, and so on and so forth. And I say all this stuff, when I'm writing, when I'm talking in videos, and everything else online and offline over the years, many years, many decades, all over the world, in multiple countries and states, in so many videos, thousands of videos that a lot of people haven't seen. I'm not saying that you should. I'm just saying you haven't. Most of them are terrible anyways. Most of my videos and articles and stuff and everything, most of it is so bad. So it's like, I'm not here trying to promote my stuff, maybe a few, but it's all that's buried most of the time. Over the years, most of it is buried, some of my better stuff. So it's like I'm in this weird position where it's like I got some stuff, but it's like a lot of times people never see it. I might allegedly have some interesting stuff, but it's buried underneath all the mediocrity, all the terrible stuff and everything. And so it's like weird how I'm like in this place where it's like it's almost like I'm an Oza wall throwing stuff at the wall, and Oza wall, Oatmeal Joey on the wall, throwing everything on the wall, which I've talked about. I know Oza wall, I'm an Oza wall. I'm an Oza wall. Ha! No. Not funny. Stop laughing. No, stop it. Stop laughing. Okay? Stop laughing. Where is she? Okay. Alright, stop it. Okay. It's interesting. So Roy was saying today on Discord. Today on Discord, Roy was saying that he thinks I think that I'm somebody, whatever, like political commentator, historian, pastor, doctor, etc., all the stuff that I say sometimes in videos and in posts and articles and everything else that I've been putting out there, uploading, publishing for many years on all the websites. And Roy's like, yeah, apparently, or absolutely, this is what Oatmeal thinks. Is it really what I think? Do I think that? What Roy said about me on Discord today? Do I really think that? Do I really think that I'm somebody? I would say it's a combination of things, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because I'm just somebody. It doesn't really matter what I think. I might think that I'm somebody. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I think I'm all that. Sometimes I think I'm nothing. So it's like my view of myself is fluctuating all the time. It's fluctuating up and down, up and down, up and down. Depending on the day, depending on the hour, depending on the second, it's kind of fluctuating. But then I do stuff sometimes that may or may not reflect that, whatever that is, how I feel. But I try not to run my life off how I feel and stuff. How I feel and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Or is the highway distracting you? I probably should have rolled up the window a long time ago. Not just physically, but like metaphysically. I mean, quotation marks. I mean, not quotation marks. Forget the quotation marks. I don't know. My hands are Italian. But I do what I do. I kind of like that Roy wrote that on one of the shirts. I do what I do. And I don't know what Roy is doing or what he thinks about me. I think it's probably a combination of things, that he has mixed feelings about me, and that he's not just a guy who's like trying to tear me down. But then again, what do I know? Maybe I could be wrong about that, but it's like, I mean, it seems like some people are trying to tear me down. Is Roy one of them? I don't know, maybe. But I feel like if he really was, if he was just one of the other people trying to tear me down, like somebody like Maya, Flappa, and all the other people, I feel like Roy doing a bad job. Roy doing a bad job at it. If that's all he's doing. Some people think, like Flopper, people like Flopper, it seems like they think that's what Roy is doing, that he's just trying to tear me down. I don't think that's true. I think he's just a random person who's just found me to be interesting. He's stuck on it, and he doesn't even spend all day on me. And not saying that he should. I'm just saying, like, I'm just a random person to Roy, and Roy just finds it interesting, and he stalks me or whatever, randomly, maybe a few times a year. And the rest of the time he does whatever else that he does, which I don't really know, because he's an anonymous person, and I probably spend too much time talking about him. And but it was kind of unique, and I had a feeling that Roy might have been some kind of troll or whatever. I'm not saying that he is, but it kind of seems like he was. But I was hanging out with him in a way online. I mean, interacting with him since 2019. As far as I know, it started in 2019. That's all I know. At the moment, that's all I know. But, and that's last 7 years. And when it started on that forum, the Infocoms, and he was Rob Roy at the moment. At that time, he was a Rob Roy. And then he became a Roy Merrick, the Golden Boy. I'm interacting, when I started interacting with Roy, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to do this because it's good practice for me. Because I need to learn how to interact with people like him, or with trolls, and also I might be able to get something out of it. I was just thinking, I'm just gonna do it. I've had a lot of mixed feelings about it, and sometimes I'm like, it's a waste of time. I'm thinking to myself, it's a waste of time, and I'm not gonna do it. But then sometimes I'll go back, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna interact with Roy, or this person or that person. And a lot of times in my life, going back many years, it's just me trying to advertise myself to people. And I talk about that too. I talk about that kind of life where I'm running around, especially on the internet, trying to advertise myself. Did I waste my time? Did I? Let me think about that. I'm gonna probably talk about that and everything else more later, because I want to. I talk about whatever I want to talk about, even if nobody listening. But until then, talk to you later.